Hey guys, so I picked out all of the different models that I think could possibly be on the lab practical, at least that we know of so far. This isn't without the reproductive system. So I'm going to go through the different models to see if, make sure that you guys have everything, all the different spots and places that he could be asking for, okay? So let's just start with lab 10. Okay, so we have the epiglottis, the hyoid bone, the thyrohyoid membrane, the thyroid cartilage, the laryngeal prominence, the coracoid cartilage, and it also goes on the back, so this is also the coracoid cartilage, the trachea, the C-shaped rings. This is the, arytenoid cartilage, and then the vocal ligaments. So again, the epiglottis, the hyoid bone, the thyrohyoid membrane, the thyroid cartilage, the laryngeal prominence, the trachea, the coracoid membrane, the arytenoid cartilage, and the vocal ligaments. So again here, the hyoid bone, the thyrohyoid membrane, the laryngeal prominence, the thyroid cartilage, the coracoid cartilage, the trachea, the epiglottis, the arytenoid cartilage, the vocal ligaments, coracoid cartilage. Then we have the right and left main bronchi and the trachealis muscle. Remember, this is the only one that he has the trachealis muscle on. So for the lungs, we have the right lung and the left lung. The right lung has the superior, middle, and inferior lobes, his horizontal fissure, the oblique fissure. The left lung has the superior and inferior lobes with the oblique fissure and the lingula. This here is the lingula. All right, then for lab 11,
they don't. Some of them don't because they have.
We have the adrenal gland,
To be quicker. So
the cortex,
the reflexes are able to go just to the spine.
the medulla,
Basically, it does that because it's just
the renal columns are in between the medulla,
Some of them have the interneuron.
the
So basically, like
renal pyramids,
and then it hits your spine. And, it goes
and then the minor
back out the efferent. But the
calyx,
interneuron, some of them have it,
the
some
major
don't.
calyx,
And the ones that don't are even faster.
the renal pelvis,
Continuous flow.
the ureter,
If it went to your brain, it has to touch like the gray matter, it's more of a slow.
the adrenal gland, the cortex, the medulla, the renal columns, renal pyramids, minor calyx, major calyx, the renal pelvis, the ureter, this whole thing is the DCT, this is the PCT, it's in the renal corpuscle, this is Bowman's space, this whole thing is the glomerulus, the white is the podocytes, these are the macula densa cells here, these are the mesangial cells here, the afferent and efferent arterioles. The yellow are the renal corpuscles. The PCT is before the loop of Henle, and then the DCT is after. The collecting duct, the paratubular capillaries, and then the vasa recta are around the loop of Henle. These are the cortex, the renal columns, the medulla, which has the renal pyramids in it, the minor calyx, the major calyx, the renal pelvis, the ureter. Okay. And then for lab 12, this is the sublingual. This is the submandibular gland. That's the parotid gland, and those are all the salivary glands. That's the hyoid bone, the thyrohyoid membrane, the thyroid cartilage, the laryngeal prominence, the trachea, the right and left main bronchi, the esophagus, and then the stomach. We have the cardia, the fundus, the lesser and greater curvatures, pylorus, and then all of the folds in there are the rugae. Those little purple stars, those are the Kupffer cells. For the liver, we have the right lobe, the left lobe, falciform ligament. This is the round ligament, the caudate lobe, and the quadrate lobe. This is the gallbladder, the cystic duct. This is the common bile duct and the right and left hepatic ducts. This is the inferior vena cava. This is also the gallbladder, which goes into the cystic duct, to the common bile duct, and the right and left hepatic ducts. And for the colon, this here is the pancreas. This is the main pancreatic duct. This is the duodenum. This is the ileum and the variform appendix, and they both dump into the cecum. This is the ascending colon, the right colic flexure, the transverse colon, the left colic flexure, the descending colon, the sigmoid colon, and then the rectum. All these bumps on the outside are the haustra. These are the epiploic appendages. And it looks like that's what I've got.